Hearty respect to everyone. What's the prime aim of spirituality? The very prime aim of spirituality is nothing but to become without any effort. No necessity of objects, ideas, not even point of view at all. All the spiritual process which lead to enlightenment. Here, enlightenment means where intellect becomes aware about own identity or existence. All the spiritual process help to be understood this truth that there is nothing to be achieved but in the beginning seekers or practitioners think that they will achieve something special through the process which they follow. It's nothing but ignorance. But through the very self inquiry, this ignorance will get removed completely from the intellect or mind. When intellect understands or realizes that the very existence or identity is nothing but pure consciousness, till that moment there will not have anything to be achieved by effort. Then what will happen? Simply nothing. Ignorance will not be there. Before enlightenment or before realization, there was an ignorance that I will attain or achieve something special. But just after arising right understanding, this false idea melts naturally. Pure consciousness is our nature. If it is, then what's that? Imaginary state. What is the imaginary state? Which will be attained by the help of effort. All the efforts help to remove the ignorance that I have to attend something special. Just after understanding of this truth clearly, the person or the seeker who started his or her journey will become calm without any effort, not even any mental process. So, in short, if I want to say, I'm say just after having right understanding, intellect gets rest naturally. Then all the situations which appear in life, intellect welcomes all of them and deals as per as their need or temperament. So spirituality presents this understanding that there is nothing to be achieved. This is the very root for what intellect becomes restless in sadhaka or practitioner's life. But due to long habit, this idea becomes deep rooted, and it's not so easy to remove it. That's why it said once must perform sadhana or spiritual practice just under the guidance of enlightened master, because the master can rectify him or her according to necessity. Otherwise, the practitioners gets attached with the process. Process is not the aim at all. Previously, the practitioner knew it, but through the very repetition of process or method, he or she naturally forgets it. All the processes lead to the goal. Here, what's the goal? Goal is nothing but enlightenment. Here, enlightenment means intellect becomes aware about own identity or nature. Just after having this understanding, intellect becomes completely in resting mood, and that's rest is not by any effort, but it's spontaneous. Means natural. After realizing, after reaching the state, intellect reacts according to the situation, not by imagination. It's the state of complete rest. In our childhood, unknowingly we realized this state, but gradually we lost it. through the process of self-enquiry, again it's discovered. So every student should be taught the right way by which one's intellect will be able, with rest, without any effort, and it will be possible when one will attain every moment without any imagination. Suppose one pupil or student is writing a letter or reading geography, biology, physics, anything it may be. If he or she reads it wholeheartedly, no need to imagine too much. Just read wholeheartedly. Yes, I am reading. I am trying to understand the inner meaning of the topic happily. That means his intellect or mind is happy with the reading. There is no conflict. It's one type of samadhi. Means samadhi. Sama means balanced. Dhi means intellect. So when one person's intellect is wholeheartedly busy or involved with any object, that means it's the state of peace. I mean, there is no anxiety at all, no unnecessary thoughts. The person is in the topic or the subject. That means his intellect is with the topic. Intellect and the topic, I mean the very sense of the topic, have become one. There is no dualism at all. In the same way, when one's intellect is with the topic without any unnecessary imagination of future and past, that means the intellect is in peaceful state. It's one type of samadhi. In the same way, in every action, one's intellect can attain the very state of samadhi. It's not too difficult, but it needs right understanding here. When the super consciousness is everywhere, then there is no need to wait for future. Then how is it possible to attain the very state of super consciousness? Through the very way of right understanding. So if one student learns how to face every moment without the thinking of past and imagination of future, firstly he or she should understand it There is no necessity to think about past and imagine about future. The present moment is in front of me. My intellect should be with this. With proper understanding or right understanding, it will be. Then the intellect will be able to have rest in every action, every moment. When it will be, I mean, when it will continue without any effort, intellect will be habituated without any effort. It's nothing but Sahaja Samadhi or natural state. That means intellect is always in consciousness, consciously. Very happy mood will be inside the intellect. So if the intellect or mind is happy without any effort or object, then there is no desire or expectation. It's a very mystery here. It's one of the ways. If one learns it from an enlightened personality, or sage or person, how to attain every moment. No need to think too much. Just utilize all the moments as it is. There is nothing to be achieved in future by the spiritual practice, because the peace is here and now. Through right understanding, it will be realized. The right understanding is that one must relish every moment without any expectation. If various type of expectations or desires appear on the surface of mind, no problem. In the beginning, it may be. Just ignore all of this. All of this will appear and subside naturally. But the seeker must be aware about the proper way of understanding. That means every moment is precious. If intellect learns how to have rest in every moment, then that's nothing but the state of Sahaja Samadhi. In my opinion, every student should be taught the right way by the right person in right time too, because it's the very pulse beat of human life. And that's all.